Welcome to the White Dog Garage YouTube channel. My name is Bob. This is a tips video. It's about retrofitting drawer handles to a set of old drawers, and I hope you enjoy it. This is the sort of thing that you might want to do if you were going to revitalise a bit of furniture, which is what I'm doing here, or you might be looking at selling your house. And one of the big things for selling houses is kitchens and bathrooms. And kitchen could be as simple as just replacing the bench tops and putting new handles on the drawers, on the doors, and you may not want to get into a full professional setup of jigs, etc. If I had a lot of drawers to do, I've got 4 to do here, but if I had a lot to do, I would make myself a jig. The jig can be as simple as a piece of wood there, piece of wood on top, screw, nail them together, drill your holes as to where your handle's going to go, and maybe another piece of wood down the side. So you just slip it on, point your drill in, drill your holes, and then fit your handle. These drawers are old. I can't guarantee that one drawer face is identical to the other. It's not machine cut, it's been handmade. So I'm going through, I've only got 4 to do, so I'm going to measure each one and then calculate where the handles will go. And I guess this is going to be the crux of the video, is going to be showing you how this can be worked out. First thing we want to do is measure our drawer front. So I'm taking a rule here, it can be a tape measure, I'm just using a steel rule because it's to hand. I measure the width. This one's beveled on the edge, so just measure the width of the back edge. It's 276 millimeters. I write that down, and then I measure the height. Again, I'm just measuring the back edge here, and it's 246 millimeters, and I'm writing that down as well. Okay. The other measurement we need to know is the distance between the screws on our replacement handle. A quick way to do this, I've put the screws into the handle. I put my rule against one screw and I look to the outside of the second screw, and I can see that distance is 96 millimeters. If you don't believe me, if I roughly line up the center, it's still 96 millimeters. So that gives us center to center measurement on the screw position. It's always good to write these things down. I normally just write on the workbench surface, but for your benefit I produced it on a piece of paper. So we know our drawer width is 276 millimeters. We know our drawer height is 246 millimeters. We know our handle screw distance is 97 millimeters. So if we're looking at the drawer front, these are the measurements: 276 millimeters wide, 246 millimeters high. This handle is going to go in the center of the drawer front. So the first thing we do is we look at what's the half distance for the height, and 246 divided by 2 is 123 millimeters. That'll be our half distance. And then we come to the more tricky part. What is the distance for the handle side to side? You could do center measurement and then measure out half of 97, and that would give you the position. What I've done here is I've deducted 97 from the width, 276, and I've divided that by 2, and that works out at 89.5 millimeters. So the distance in from the side that I need to come is 89.5 on each side, and that should give me a distance of 97 in the center. Once again, this could well vary from door front to door front, and that's why I'm doing manual measurements each time. So what I'm doing to get my dimensions, make it easier on myself, is I've got two combination squares. One's going to be the distance down from the top, or the distance out from the bottom, but I'm using the top because the top's right here. And that distance is 123 millimeters. And I've already done one, so it's set, hasn't changed. This one has changed slightly from the previous one, and it's been calculated at 89.5. So I measure that to 89.5 millimeters. Don't get too hung up on the 0.5 millimeters. We've got a pencil line here and we're a little bit wider in the drill. It's all going to work out, trust me. So what I do is I go down, I put a line about there, another one about here, and then going in from the side I put a cross line, and again another cross line. I get my awl. No, I don't get my awl. One of the things you should do is just see that your screws line up. Remember, it's about measuring twice and drilling once. So your screws line up, and it does look like it's in the centre there. Now I get my awl, and I mark positions of both the drill points. The draw handles are being recycled, and the screws are too short for the thickness of the combined draw and carcass fronts. To overcome this, I'm using a wood drill with a depth ring, as you would do for drilling dowels, and I'm using this to reset the hole at the back 5 millimeters so that the screw threads fully engage the handle thread. The other thing we want to do is just quickly wipe off the marks. It's just pencil marks, and I've found that mineral turpentine, at least that's what it's called here in Australia, terps. Anyhow, it's really good at taking your pencil lines out. And usually other marks on it as well. So there we go. We now take the screws out of our handle. The best way to fit the handles is to ensure both screws are engaged 4 to 5 turns before doing them up all the way. And the job's done. I like to use a screwdriver on these. I could use an impact driver. The worry I have is that I'm going to overdrive it, and that's why I like to use a screwdriver, because I can get some feel as to how the screw's going into the handle. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful. And if you did like the video, I'd welcome a thumbs up, and please share it amongst your friends. And if you haven't already subscribed, think about subscribing, because I would welcome your subscription. Thank you very much for watching.